friends, welcome to day 3 of your 21-day yoga challenge. Today we are going to be working on heart opening poses. But before we start, please, I want to make sure that everybody is okay, everybody's feeling great and energized from day 1 and day 2. Reach out to me, let me know how are you guys liking the course. Let me know if you have any questions, any concerns. I'm sure by now your whole body is on fire, especially your hips, but today we're going to be working on heart opening poses. So heart opening poses are poses where, like the name says it, we're going to be working on opening the heart. So we're going to be expanding the heart, we're going to start expanding the rib cage, and we're also going to be working on posture. Because one of the benefits of working heart opening poses is the fact that we're lengthening the spine, and that's going to help us sit up taller, walk up straight. So you're going to see a lot of improvement in your daily life, and overall it's probably going to help you relieve some lower back pain if you have any. So let's begin with one of my favorite poses, Sphinx pose. So we're gonna come flat on the mat, or not flat on the mat, but we're gonna come on our stomach. Make sure that your inner thighs are engaged. You wanna make sure also that your shoulders are stacked over the elbows and your hands are facing forward. Spread all 10 fingers and then slowly start lengthening the spine and just look forward. You don't have to look up. Just look forward and start lengthening the neck so you're not sinking down on the shoulders. You're pressing the mat away through the shoulders and you keep a natural straight line off the neck. Slowly and slightly engage your glutes. And we're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's a beautiful job. Moving into our second pose, Cobra. Make sure that you keep your inner thighs engaged. You keep your glutes slightly engaged. Your core is engaged, so you zip up the core, navel in. We take the hands by the chest, shoulders away from the ears, elbows facing back. We keep hugging the arms towards the rib cage so the arms stay together, close to the body. Slowly start peeling the chest off the mat. And now once you're up, make sure that you're not sinking down in here. So you keep pressing the mat away and keep a straight line off the neck, lengthening the spine so you're not sinking into your lower back. Another option is to start straightening the arms. Remember, shoulders away from the ears. And we just breathe in here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly come all the way down. So our second pose is up dog. So for your up dog is going to look pretty much the same as your Cobra. The only thing is that with our Cobra, our legs are resting on the mat. With the up dog, our legs are going to be hovering off the mat. So the only thing that is going to be resting on the mat is the front of your feet. So once again, we take the arms by the side. We're hugging the arms towards the rib cage. Elbows are facing back. We take the forehead to the mat. We take a deep breath in here. We start pressing the mat away, and now we come all the way up. So look how my legs are hovering off the mat, and only my feet are resting on the mat. And in here, you can either look forward or you can slightly look up. Notice how my shoulders are away from the ears, so I'm pressing the ground away. And then stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once again, keep in mind, we keep lengthening the spine, and we're now sinking down into the lower back. And then slowly come all the way down. So we're moving into bow pose. So for your bow pose, we stay laying on our stomach. We bend the knees and we grab the feet. So bend the knees, you can either flex or point. Now roll the shoulders back. Make sure that you have your thumb facing down. So you're gonna grab the legs. Look at my hands, my thumbs are facing down. We stay here, taking the forehead towards the mat. Once again, roll the shoulders back. Take a deep breath in here. Slightly engage your core. And then slowly start coming as far up as you can. So how are we feeling so far? Do you feel any pain, any discomfort in your lower back? Please, once again, remember, you gotta listen to your body, honor your body. Adjust as you need to. Some of these poses you can always take by placing a pillow, maybe a blanket. So you can always place the block right under the chest and then take the pose, like your bow pose. Maybe you can take a bolster, or once again, in your case, if you don't have a bolster, you can take a pillow. And you can just take it this way to help you lift up the chest a little bit more, but at the same time, you're not putting too much pressure on your lower back as you start strengthening your spine. So now we're moving into locust pose. So your locust pose is a really good pose. Unfortunately, it's not one of my favorites. I always say that one is my favorite, this one is my favorite, this one is not one of my favorites. But it's one amazing pose because it helps you strengthening the back. It's going to help you start strengthening the back muscles. It also helps with your glutes and at the same time with your core. So it's one of those poses that as much as we don't like, it is great to practice because it has a lot of benefits. So we're going to stay on our belly. And then from here, you have the option to either start taking the arms forward, taking the forehead towards the mat, and then slowly start either just lifting up the chest, taking the arms up, or you can also lift up your feet, kind of doing like an airplane. So we stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice how my whole upper body and my lower body is engaged. I'm either pointing or flexing my toes, using the core muscles and the glutes. And then slowly come down. So let me just tell you a little story. Unfortunately, back bends are not some of my favorite poses. Many years ago at the gym, I was doing leg press and I hurt my lower back. And quite honestly, ever since, my back has never been the same. Yes, yoga really helped me. Thank God I have no pain, but I just feel like my back got really tense and I don't have any disc problems or any other problems per se, but I just don't feel like I used to before that injury. So if you have lower back pain, once again, take it at your own pace, do what you can, help yourself with the pillow, with the cushion, and just do what your body feels comfortable with. Once again, remember, yoga is all about listening to your body. Unfortunately, most of the time, we don't listen to our bodies, and that's when we get hurt. Because we're not aware, we're not mindful of what the body is telling us to do. So let's get into all four. So we're stacking the hands right under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Press the mat away. Remember, in yoga, you never want to be sinking down here. I constantly see people sinking down on the shoulders, and that's going to create a lot of shoulder pain. So we make sure that we're spreading all 10 fingers so our finger pads are engaged. We're relaxing in here, dropping the belly towards the mat. We're lifting through the heart. We keep a straight, natural line off the neck. We inhale, and on the exhale now, round the spine, taking the chin to the chest, navel in. Keep pressing the mat away. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Shoulders away from the ears, drop the belly. And then slowly on the exhale, round the spine. One more, inhale, come up. Exhale, round. Inhale, up. Exhale, round the spine. Come back to center. And we're almost done. We got one more pose. So we stay here on all fours, tabletop. And now for our copy pose, we're gonna keep the hips stacked over the knees, and we're gonna start walking the hands forward. So walk, walk, walk the hands, and then slowly start taking the chest towards the mat, maybe resting the chin on the mat. You can come high on your fingertips. You can keep your hands completely straight and see if you can just take the chest towards the mat. Breathing in here. Keep lengthening the spine. And make sure once again that your hips remain in place, that your hips didn't walk forward when you started walking your hands towards the front of the mat. And now slowly start walking the hands back, coming back into your tabletop. So that's it for today. I hope you really enjoyed today's class, just like the one we did yesterday and the day before. And tomorrow we have balance poses. So tomorrow we're going to be practicing our balance poses, which is amazing because unfortunately, let me just give you this tip. By the age of 25, our balance starts going downhill. So we need to practice balancing poses so we don't lose our balance, we don't fall, we don't break a bone, we don't break our hips. So with that said, get ready for tomorrow. Please drink a lot of water. Take some time to relax, to rest, to meditate. Can't wait to see you all tomorrow. And in the meantime, I give you guys a hug. Give yourself a hug too. Be happy. Be proud of what you're doing. You're doing everything in your power to become the best version of yourself. And you deserve to be proud of what you're doing. I send you guys all my love, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Namaste. Thank you.